E.N.D here, day 1 for the spoilers of Duskmourn, the set that will go down in Magic history as the most terrifying set ever released. Anyway, let's start. And I want to start with a new enchantment room. You may cast either half. The door unlocks on the battlefield. As a sorcery, you may pay the mana cost of a locked door to unlock it. Doll Maker Shop for 1 and 1 white. Whenever one or more non-toy creatures you control attack a player, create a 1/1 white toy artifact creature token. Porcelain Gallery 4 and 2 white. Creatures you control have base power and toughness, each equal to the number of creatures you control. Valgavoth Terror Eater, the villain, and what a villain. 6 entry black, 9/9, flying, lifelink, ward, sacrifice 3 non-land permanents. If a card you didn't control would be put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. During your turn, you may play cards exiled with it. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its mana value, rather than pay its mana cost. Kaito Bane of Nightmares, 2/1 blue and 1 black, 4 loyalty counters with ninjutsu for 1/1 blue and 1 black. During your turn, as long as Kaito has 1 or more loyalty counters on him, he is a 3/4 ninja creature and has hexproof. +1, you get an emblem with ninjas you control, get +1/+1. 0, survey 2, then draw a card for each opponent who lost life this turn. -2, tap target creature, put 2 stun counters on it. Overlord of Mistmoors, 5 and 2 white, 6/6 with impending 4 for 2 and 2 white. Enters the battlefield or attacks, create 2 2/1 white insect creature tokens with flying. And if you don't know how to play impending, I did a tutorial explaining this particular mechanic, how it works. Houndswood Shrieker for 1 and 2 green, 3/3. Whenever it attacks, manifest dread. Manifest dread means look at the top 2 cards of your library, put 1 onto the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature and the other into your graveyard. Turn it face up anytime for its mana cost if it's a creature card. For 1 and 1 green, reveal target face down permanent. If it's a creature card, you may turn it face up. Split Up for 1 and 2 white, sorcery, choose 1, destroy all tapped creatures, or destroy all untapped creatures. Enduring Innocence for 1 and 2 white, 2/1 with lifelink. Whenever 1 or more other creatures you control with power 2 or less enters the battlefield, draw a card. This ability only triggers once each turn. Whenever it dies, if it was a creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. It's an enchantment. Enduring Curiosity for 2 and 2 blue, 4/3 with flash. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. When it dies, if it was a creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. It's an enchantment. Demonic Council for 1 and 1 black, sorcery. Search your library for a demon card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Delirium. If there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, instead search your library for any card, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Razorkin Needlehead for 2 red, 2/2, has first strike during your turn. Whenever an opponent draws a card, it deals 1 damage to them. There's the regular version and there's also the mirror monster version. Peer Past the Veil for 2/1 red and 1 green, instant, discard your hand, then draw X cards, where X is the number of card type among cards into your graveyard. Regular version, and there's the Paranormal Frame, which depicts a television. The Jolly Balloon Man for 1/1 red and 1 white, 1/4 with haste. For 1 tap, create a token that's a copy of another target creature you control, except it's a 1/1 red balloon creature in addition to its other colors and types, and has flying and haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Activate only as a sorcery. Regular version and double exposure version. Zimon All Questioning for 1/1 green and 1 blue, 1/1. At the beginning of your end step, if a land enters the battlefield under your control this turn and you control a prime number of lands, create Primo the Indivisible, a legendary 0/0 green and blue fracture creature token, then put that many +1/+1 counters on it. I think in a couple of sets you would need a PhD in maths to play Magic. Winter Mesotropic Guide for 1/1 black, 1 red and 1 green, 3/4 War 2. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player draws 2 cards. Delirium. As long as there are 4 or more card types among cards into your graveyard, each opponent's maximum hand size is equal to 7 minus the number of those card types. Veteran Survivor for 1 white, 2/1. Survival. At the beginning of your second main phase, if it is tapped, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard. As long as there are 3 or more cards exiled with it, it gets +3/+3 and has hexproof. Unwanted remake for 1 white instant destroy target creature, its controller manifest dread. Scrabbling Skycrab for 1 blue 0/3 Airy. Whenever an enchantment you control enters and whenever you fully unlock a room, target player mills 2 cards. Norin Swift Survivalist for 1 red 2/1. Can't block. Whenever a creature you control becomes blocked, you may exile it. You may play that card from exile this turn. Regular version and the lurking evil version. It's nice to find what is lurking. Disturbing Mirth for 1 black and 1 red enchantment enters the battlefield. You may sacrifice another enchantment or creature. If you do, draw 2 cards. When you sacrifice it, manifest dread. Fear of Immobility 4 and 1 white 4/4 enters the battlefield. Tap up to 1 target creature. If an opponent controls that creature, put a stun counter on it. Fear of Lost Teeth for 1 black 1/1. When it dies, it deals 1 damage to any target and you gain 1 life. Who isn't scared of their dentist? Special guest Damnation. Yes, Damnation will be reprinted as a special deck in this terrifying set. Commander Duskmourn House of Horror will have 4 pre-constructed commander decks. First deck, Miracle Worker. Its commander, Aminatu Veil Piercer for 1/1 white 1 blue and 1 black 2/4. At the beginning of your upkeep, Surveil 2. Each enchantment card in your hand has Miracle. Its Miracle cost is equal to its mana cost reduced by 4 generic mana. Second deck, Endless Punishment. Its commander, Valkavoth Harrower of Souls for 2/1 black and 1 red 4/4 with flying. Ward pay to life. Whenever an opponent loses life for the first time during each of their turns, put a +1/+1 counter on it and draw a card. Third commander deck, Jump Scare. Its commander, Zimon Mystery Unraveler for 2/1 green and 1 blue 3/3 with land for whenever a land you control enters the battlefield, manifest dread if this is the first time this ability has resolved this turn. Otherwise, you may turn a permanent you control face up. Fourth and last commander deck, Death Toll. Its commander, Winter Cynical Opportunist for 2/1 black and 1 green 2/5 with Death Touch. When it attacks, mill 3 cards. Delirium. At the beginning of your end step, you may exile any number of cards from your graveyard with 4 or more card types among them. If you do, put a permanent card from among them onto the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Duskmourn House of Horror will also come in a Nightmare bundle, available for sale starting October 18, and will have 20 full art Mainer lands in Treasure Foil, 6 play boosters, 2 collector boosters, 1 Nightmare booster, an exclusive oversized glow in the dark spin down, and 3 double-sided poster inserts. If not overprinted, this particular bundle will be extremely worth it. So that was the last card in this particular day 1 of the spoilers of Duskmourn. Join me again because I'm going to cover all the spoilers of this terrifying set. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more and more interesting videos about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.